There are a lot of amazing guitars in this world, but none are as versatile as the Telecaster. It just works with every song, it works with every genre, and the second I picked one up, it just felt like a nice worn pair of jeans. In early 20s, something-year-old me went into a music shop, saw a 1968 Telecaster on display, played it, fell in love with it, found a body with a B-bender in it, and I just put them together, ended up with something that I felt was very unique, but something that was very utilitarian. When I first heard B-bender properly, it would have been Brent Mason, and it was the first time I'd heard this bend. I was like, how is he doing these bends? He's playing chords and he's bending at the same time. And come to find out, it was something called the B-bender, and I knew I had to find one. One of my dear friends, Keith Gaddis, he let me borrow one of his B-benders before my brother and I recorded our second record called Port St. Joe. And it was like, you know, when you're in middle school and you got your first cologne, you're just like, I just put that on everything. I thought it was so fun. And that was where I just fell in love with it for a number of reasons, but they're so expressive. And no matter how out of practice you are, you always bend in tune, which is kind of nice. And the way that it works is the strap is connected to this strap button right here. That strap button is connected right here. There's a little wheel right here that holds this to that, and it pulls this mechanism up. That's tightened by this spring. Once you pull that, that turns this right here, which is basically a fabricated tone knob or volume knob, and the ball of the string goes in here and it twists, so it goes like this. You can actually see it moving if you look very closely, and that's it. And it's just trying to emulate a pedal steel guitar. You know, before we would have to bend, you know, which is fine, you know, we all do it, but to be able to just go, I mean, come on. It was just amazing to experience that for the first time while making a record. And right then and there, it became a part of our sound and my sound as a musician.
Called a princess, counterfeit called a queen, high school called a cum laude, most likely to succeed. Her daddy's back with crazy. She's got 2 6'4" brothers. You take one step on to that front porch, you went crazy. The chase will leave you breathless. I gave her back road in this town. She'll love you like a Sunday drive, and she'll take your poor heart down. Dead man's curve, no redemption, no return. Good God Almighty, gonna crash and burn down dead man's curve. Dead man's curve. Country boys ain't never gonna learn. Nobody ever makes it do that turn. Dead man's curve, dead man's curve. Every man's been tempted, but the braver men have tried. At best you'll wind up dead if you're lucky enough to survive. She's bringing that you wrapped around cheese, but every country song's about cheese. She'll trouble that you're looking for. She gonna take you down, leave you coming back from all. Dead man's curve, no redemption, no return. Good God Almighty, gonna crash and burn down dead man's curve. Dead man's curve. Country boys ain't never gonna learn. Nobody ever makes it do that turn. Dead man's curve. Dead man's curve. Do that turn, dead man's curve. Dead man's curve. Country boys ain't never gonna learn. Nobody ever makes you do that turn. Dead man's curve. Dead man's curve. Dead man's curve. You're coming in way too hot. You're a dead man.
What makes these guitars very unique, if you look very, very closely, you'll notice that there's a line right here. They're called maple cap necks. They're predominantly on 1968 Teles. Every maple cap Tele I've ever played is really special, and it has a very specific spank to it. People started showing up to our shows with like guitars for me to sign with this pickup. They were making them themselves, and I thought, man, that's really, really cool. And it reminds me kind of like in a way of like Waylon's Tele. It's bold, it makes a statement, and I just kind of fell in love with it. It's got a little bit hotter pickups that will cut right through a mix. Sounds like a Tele pickup met a Strat pickup, and they had a very nice relationship and had a child. So it gives you the sparkle and the fatness that you want out of a Strat pickup, but still adheres to the neck pickup of a Telecaster. At the end of the day, I wanted something that could thread the needle as well as it could. I wanted something that I could take to any gig at any moment and it would just work. And this guitar 100% does that. You don't want a guitar that fights back, you want a guitar that wants to be played. And I want someone to pick it up and feel inspired to take this instrument that I've played for so long and blaze their own trail with it. It feels absolutely insane to me to have my name on a guitar. There are a lot of moments in my career as an adult that I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. This version of it is beyond my wildest dreams that this would ever happen. Not only would Fender agree to do something like this, but to replicate it so accurately. What you want for someone, when they pick up a guitar, you want them to pick it up and immediately feel like they're at home. The Osbornes as people are like that. If you come to our house or come to a family gathering, I mean, you're a part of the family. I want my guitars to feel like that. You know, musicians are constantly being replaced all the time. We're all worried about AI. Pedal Steel should have been worried about B-benders, but they're still getting hired, so I think we're all right.